Anyway, that was moist. And then we're going to watch one more. Tim Pool, surprisingly, defending me.
People rag on Hasan Piker because he expressed some
Hasan is right. We keep sending money to Ukraine instead of helping people here. Hasan send money to Ukraine. The irony of him complaining about Mr. Beast. Oh, people didn't even, I guess people didn't even fucking care that Tim Pool was defending me. They just like are still running a hate train in the
circumstance around Mr. Beast and curing blindness and all that stuff. So I'll give you the quick gist, and then I want to show you what Hasan had to say, because I somewhat agree.
I know JT's second thought
with Hasan on this one, and I think it's something we definitely should be talking about. CNN reports YouTube star Mr. Beast helps 1,000 blind people see again by sponsoring cataract surgeries. Dude, that's awesome. I'm a big Mr. Beast fan. I have my criticisms of him. What I don't like is he's done these things where he really treats this money so trivially in such a way that it's somewhat condescending to people who don't have access to this. Not a big fan of that, but he does a bunch of really good things. So it's like, I don't like the stuff where it's like, oh, you want $10,000 to like get your daughter's, surgery? Well, then you got to stand on one foot and hoot like a chimp, He didn't.
That's true. That's a good take. I can't believe I'm saying this, but like, I agree with Pimp Tool. Okay. He's kind of spitting right now, which is wild. What is happening? Is everything okay? Is my brain broken? What the fuck? Low key. He's got some points here. Why is this happening? What is going on? I'm scared.
Literally do that. But there are things like that. I find so much of it just bleh. When it's like, you got to sit in the store and not move, and then you can get money. And I'm just kind of like, this whole idea is poor people. So it's like, dude, the dude did a Squid Games parody, but like very much of what he does is like in a similar space. But that's my criticism. I think Mr. Beast does a lot of awesome stuff. I think the idea of tipping people tons of money and making content off it.
The funniest thing is like, I didn't even go this far with my criticisms.
Is awesome. So I'm like, Mr. Beast, not positive. I'm not trying to rag on the guy. I'm just saying like, he's not perfect. Check this out. And then we'll read a little bit more about the cataract surgery stuff. Actually, I should read this so you can understand the context before showing you what Hasan Piker said. YouTube star Mr. Beast is making the world clearer for 1,000 people. The content creator's latest stunt is paying for cataract removal for 1,000 people who are blind or near blind but could not afford the surgery. We're curing...
we're fucked when Tim Pool has a more level-headed take than the average Twitter user? Yeah, what the fuck is happening there?
1,000 people's blindness, said Mr. Beast. The video features touching before and after footage of patients seeing with clear vision after finishing the surgery. I think it's got like 50 million views. It's ridiculous. It's huge. In the days and weeks after my own cataract surgery, I was stunned by how bright and beautiful and vivid the world was. He said, this is Levinson, who we're talking about. Jeff Levinson, an ophthalmologist and surgeon, worked with Donaldson to perform the first round of surgeries in Jacksonville, Florida. Levinson has coordinated the Gift of Sight program for 20 years, which provides free cataract surgery for uninsured patients who are legally blind due to cataracts. Levinson got a call from a member of Donaldson's team. Oh, that's Mr. Beast, by the way. His name is Jimmy Donaldson. In September,
I gotta pee, I'll be back.
I had never heard of Mr. Beast, so I almost hung up, but I gratefully did not hang up. They started by calling homeless shelters and free clinics to create a list of patients in the Jacksonville area who needed cataract surgery but could not afford it. Eventually, they had a group of 40 patients, and Levinson performed all of their surgeries in a single day, starting at 7 a.m. and ending at 6 p.m. That's amazing. All right, let's pull up this here Hasan Piker.
You watch the video, you go, oh, how cute and how nice. I watched the video and I'm filled with rage.
What's wrong with you?
That we shut off access to a 10-minute procedure because we paywalled it and decided that like some people just simply can't get it. It is so insanely frustrating that it's up to like one YouTube guy to like decide to make content out of it that people who are too poor can't just fucking see. That's insane. Anyway, sorry. It's just like a deeply, deeply frustrating concept.
He's right. He's not ragging on Mr. Beast. Dextero says Twitch streamer Hasan explained why he's filled with rage from watching Mr. Beast's newest video where he cures 1,000 people's blindness. He's right. Why is it up to one YouTube guy to make content off of this, which will generate money, to do that? It's mind-blowing to me. And a lot of people are ragging on Hasan like, they're like, oh.
This is a wild circumstance. What is happening right now?
He shouldn't be mad about this. Mr. Beast did a good thing. He's not ragging on Mr. Beast. He's saying, why is it up to him? Why? Now, I don't completely agree with Hasan's politics on this one. You know, he says we've cut off access to that. I don't view it that way, but I view it like this.
He still has to defend capitalism.
I'm watching so much of our money as American citizens be thrown all over the world for gender studies programs, for bombs.
Yeah, I don't. This stuff is like, oh Jesus! Immediately, it has to go to like, yeah, dude. It's the gender studies that we're paying. First of all, the gender studies element of like the State Department expenses is just PR. It's PR for American liberals to feel like the American government's foreign policy isn't around death and destruction and the continuation of death and destruction at the behest of our military-industrial complex. That's it. Okay? I don't give a fuck that they're like trying to teach in Pakistani madrasas, they, them, non-binary, what that means. Okay? They're not doing that anyway. It's just PR. Okay?
Bombs in the Middle East. And I'm saying to myself, what can we do with $100 billion that we wasted in Ukraine? Now, I know I can hear look, I got Ukrainian friends and they don't like to hear me say stuff like that because they're like, we need you. We don't want to die. We don't want to lose our country. And I say, my guys, we're not you. I'm sorry. We're supposed to have your back. That I get.
He said, bro, he said to Ukraine, you're on your own, motherfucker. That's crazy. Yo, that's what the fuck?
Treaty, if they give up their nukes, we come to their defense, NATO. And I'm just frustrated that the U.S. is involving itself in so much of this overseas, so many of these overseas quagmires. And this one could even wipe out the planet. If Russia says it's a border country, we will not back down. We've known that they wanted a land bridge for 10 years. The Hunter Biden laptop reveals that they knew about it for a long time. This is a long time.
Okay, this is taking a very weird turn. What? He went from, we can't pay for, the government is not paying for cataract surgeries because it's too busy paying for gender studies in Ukraine. To like Hunter Biden's laptop? What the fuck? Also, update your goddamn browser, man. What the hell is this shit?
Time coming. Gee golly. Everything seemed to stop in this conflict the moment that...
I feel like he does what I do, right? Which is like, look at something that everyone's talking about, okay? Serve the top of the hour ad break at the top of the hour. Tell you that there is a 3-minute ad break coming, but you can avoid it by subscribing for $5 or for free with a Twitch Prime or by getting gifted a sub. Okay? And then continue doing commentary. Just kidding. Okay. I'm not kidding about the top of the hour ad break. That is here. Okay? That is happening. Here's the 3-minute ad break now. So, but he does basically cover whatever the fuck's going on in the world and then immediately turns around and tries to do conservative agitprop. But conservative agitprop is so stupid. Legit Salvage, thank you for the 5, get the subs. Tim Pool just sent me a breakdown of U.S. government spending. Discretionary spending in 2015. Dun, dun, dun. Gender studies, dude. It's crazy. Legit Salvage, thank you for allowing 5 people to no longer see the ads at the top of the hour, by the way. I can't even read that. I don't even know how to read it. Vice Ignis. What is that even? What? I don't even know if I read that right. Thank you for the 5, get the subs. Butt Cheeks IO. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. That was a sneaky but powerful segue. You get about 9.5 out of 10. Thank you. Slumdog Delaware. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs. Slumdog Delaware. Sup X Chuck. Thank you for the 5 gifted subs as well. And Norshi, thank you for the 5 gifted subs as well. This is true, by the way. This is how it works. This is how It's literally gender studies is like taking up more than 50% of the American government's discretionary spending.
Donald Trump got elected. But here's what I see.
Thank you, Lil
I
Meat
don't 13. think we're cutting off people necessarily.
Thank you, Granny Gobbler 1. What the
Like
fuck?
if we started from baseline, if we were just, we're not involved in this war, we're not spending money, and you get some frugal government that's like, guys, the budget is tight. We're not going to spend money on cataract surgeries if people can't afford it. I'm sorry, we just don't do that. We can't afford it. I'd be like, well, you know, who am I to tell my fellow countrymen to give their hard-earned dollars, you know, through the process of inflation or whatever, however the U.S. is doing it with the Federal Reserve, but just to give their buying.
Like the idea that we have to take all of the funds, pretty much all of the funds that we were using in Afghanistan and put it directly into Ukraine as this never-ending war continues is, you know, really fucked up. I like normally there is an argument you can make about like America not spending so much money on military equipment. Okay? You can't really, but I don't even think Tim Pool has like a legitimate take on this because if you were to ask him like, okay, well, what about the hundreds of millions of dollars America spends in like putting military bases all around the fucking planet? There's like 800 bases, dude. There's no other country. There's no other country. It's not even a comparison that does what America does with respect to military spending. I don't think he has an issue with like America World Police overall. I think he just like specifically is utilizing a blip, a blip in the fucking radar, just a number crunching that shifted over to Ukraine from Afghanistan. You know what I mean? That it's just like fashionable to shit on that.
Power and their value to strangers, not to me. You give your money as you see fit. I'm not the, I don't, you know, I'm not 100% on board with taxation as theft, but I'm, you know, pretty much not a fan of where we've gone as a country and how extreme everything is in terms of the amount of money they take from people and what they do with it. And it's mainly because they're blowing up kids. I look at it this way. Okay, you got the pipes in Flint. They're busted up, lead, Legionnaire's disease, dirty water. You got the pipes in a bunch of different towns that are like that. Newark was bad. And then you come to me and
Pittsburgh.
say, you know, look, here's my pitch as the
He's not wrong. Pittsburgh too. Plenty of American cities, ones that aren't even like predominantly black, as a matter of fact, have awful lead piping, awful infrastructure that is unironically poisoning the children. Okay? It's just consistent with poverty. It's consistent with poverty. It is awful. Okay?
U.S. government. We can fix pipes, get these kids clean drinking water, make America great again, fix our streets, secure our borders, bring back jobs, reinvest in a New Deal type program. This is why before they announced the Green New Deal, when they were talking about the idea, I was like, you mean to tell me we can work towards energy independence and invest in jobs in this country? I'm like, okay, I'm down for this. Let's see it. And then, of course, it was this woke nonsense about free college for people of color and other stuff. And I'm like, that's not, get out of here. But Hassan's angry. It was 10 minutes to fix this, the eyes of these people with cataract surgery. And instead of spending, how much did he spend on this? He didn't spend 1,000 people. It's probably $1 million. Might have been $10 million.
No,
$100 billion on four.
No, he spent $100,000 on it, but
foreign wars in countries we have no business being involved in. That pisses me off. So
I think this is just him doing like an olive branch to try to eat away at this audience a little bit, because he dropped the gender thing. Like, he doesn't even talk about the gender thing that much. He's just like only focuses on like American war machine spending and how much of that is unnecessary in comparison to like in comparison to the you know, potential to fix our broken infrastructure and also fix our healthcare system. You know what I mean? I think that's where it's coming from. I don't know what's up with the top of the hour bot, dude. I can't tell. I think Fossabot is like blocking it or something.
When Hassan gets mad and he's like, we've cut these people off from this, I'm like, look, I don't know what Hassan's position is on funding war in Ukraine. I'm not a fan of Russia. I think Vladimir Putin's the bad guy. I have friends who fled the country and got their families out. I don't like to hear that. I don't like what Russia's doing. I think the answer to this is we don't do business with you. We say, no, no, thank you. The problem is we got ourselves involved in this war. Europe is dependent upon their energy. And so we're in a bind. I get it. It's complicated. But what if we took $10 billion and just paid for people's cataract surgery? That's right. That's what makes...
Yo, what's up with this guy, bro? You sounding like a fucking blue-haired SJW right now, low-key. You need to VIP the bots so Twitch doesn't drop messages when chat is moving too fast. Wait, really? Okay, I VIP'd it. What's going on, dude? I mean, no-haired SJW.
Makes
True.
me angry. And that's why I'm like, why are you yelling at Hasan? This government is wasting your money. You've got Hunter and Joe Biden doing energy deals, sending natural gas from Louisiana to China. Why aren't we investing in our people? Why aren't we dealing with our border crisis? Why aren't we dealing with jobs in the economy? Why are we spending so much on other countries? And I'll shout out in the old omnibus bills from the previous Congress, $12 million for gender studies. Take that $12 million and cure some people's blindness. I would prefer...
Take it away from gender studies. Bro, what is the gender studies? Okay, I'm done. Okay, great. Tim Pool, how can you stop people from being fascist in chat when you're dropping fashionable timeline cleanses? Checkmate. Yeah, because my alt is private, I posted it on my main, dude. Timeline cleanse time. It's pretty funny, though, because it's like I could be wearing the most normal fit, which this is like pretty basic. You know what I mean? It's not like an offensive fit at all, but people will still find a way to be like, dude, this guy sucks. Yeah, the gender studies funding is literally a rounding error. You're right. It's just like so marginal. It's nothing. And it's specific. It's not done with like good intentions of like legitimately, you know, converting people in the third world that we are bombing into oblivion, that become reactionary hellholes as a consequence of American imperialism, into like being more understanding of non-binary individuals. It's done so that liberals look at that and go, what do you mean? That's not a bad thing. They're teaching these barbarians how to behave. You know? It's the civilizing force of imperialism. It's the civilizing force of Western imperialism. We here in the Western world are civil, unlike